Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder in Red Onion State Prison in the state of Virginia in the USA. This is my podcast, Red Onion Randy. I hope you enjoy listening to me today. This is Randall Via, currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder and armed robbery, currently being housed at King Mountain Correctional Center in Oakwood, Virginia in the USA. Welcome to my podcast, Red Onion Randy. I hope you enjoyed listening to me today. If you have any questions or comments or want to leave a message or whatever, I've got a voicemail line. That number is 1-888 524-1932. For anyone outside the continental U.S., just put a plus in front of the 1 and you're good to go. You can also visit my website, which is new and improved and got different features and whatnot, at www.redonionrandy.com. We also have some merch up there. So far, it's just a hoodie and a T-shirt with my logo and everything. You can find that link on my website. I hope you support me. You can also find me on X at Red Onion Randy. I hope you do. Let's get started with the podcast. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm kind of torn, to be honest with you. I'm happy to see that the Virginia Department of Corrections is starting to, throw a little bit of incentives towards those of us who've actually been behaving ourselves. Though, on the other hand, I'm a little freaking pissed off about it, too. I've been pushing incentives for a very long time, and I see that they finally, basically kind of listen to me, though. The way they're doing it, it seems like they're just freaking stealing it from me instead of actually, working with me. For years, Red Onion and Wallens Ridge, I have talked to majors. I've talked to the IPMs, which, an IPM stands for Institutional Program Manager. This is the person who's in charge of all of the counselors. This person would be in charge of, every program that the prison does and so on and so forth, people's good behavior transfers and what have you. I've spoken to assistant wardens. I've spoken to wardens. I've sent request forms in. I've sent letters. I even sent a list to Gay Gardner and had Gay Gardner email it to the higher-ups in Richmond. So on November the 14th, 2024, I come down, sync my player to the kiosk, and I have an email from the JPay representative. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to read little bits and parts of what it said. We have exciting news to share. Lawrenceville Correctional Center, or LVCC, has officially transitioned from a privatized facility to one operated by the Virginia Department of Corrections. As Virginia's first incentivized prison, LVCC is set to be a model for the future of our correctional facilities. LVCC aims to foster a supportive community environment welcoming individuals who have demonstrated positive behavior. To qualify for a transfer to LVCC, you must have been free of major infractions for the past 4 years and show no recent history of drug use, assaults, or safety-threatening behaviors. And it says, transferring to LVCC means joining a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to positive change. Here are some of the initial incentives implemented in the first 90 days that you can look forward to. An enhanced meal menu, improved mattresses, access to various programs, including Virginia Department of Corrections curriculums and religious activities, inmate-led seminars and workshops, topics like health and wellness workshop, peer support groups, veteran group, accountability workshop, art therapy, finger knitting/crochet, domestic violence workshop, public speaking, creative writing, and many more, and opportunities to engage with external resources and stakeholders. And it goes on to say that the Lawrenceville Correctional Center is enhancing perimeter security to accommodate security level 4 inmates in the future, but transfers are currently limited to those inmates at security level W, level 1, level 2, and level 3. So basically, that means I'm freaking screwed. Even though I've been 18 and a half, almost 19 years charge-free, even though I have only 18 security points. And that means I'm actually 1 point away from being a level 2. Now, because I have capital murder, 1,214 years in prison, and so on and so forth, I will never, ever, ever, ever see a level 2 institution unless I'm driving by that sumbitch on the way someplace else. Which, quite frankly, is okay with me. Granted, I would love some of the work opportunities because they actually do some real work on level 2s and level 1s, but I'm not going to a dorm. I can't have one cellie, much less 200 of them living in a dorm. That's just not going to happen. I couldn't do that. They couldn't pay me to do that. I wouldn't go simply because I know I'll slap shit out of somebody, at night for talking while I'm trying to sleep, making noise and banging and doing all that stupid stuff. And there's no cell that I have to stay in until the next morning, to give me that chance of calming down. Like, I literally just step out of bed, it's over with. So, probably for the best. But my thing is this. So far, you've got 4 incentives for those of us who are behaving ourselves and doing good. 1, you get an enhanced meal menu. Well, as a human being, we should be fed decently in the first place. I shouldn't have to behave myself to get a decent meal. Like, at the end of the day, we've proven in here that we're not worthy of society. I give you that. You won't get no arguments out of me. All right? But whether we're doing the right thing or not should not determine how we eat. You can't sit there and say that, well, you're going to get real meat. That's an incentive for behaving yourself. No, that's called indecency on your part. You're supposed to be better than us. Your whole job, running the Department of Corrections, working in the Department of Corrections, is to be a living example to us of how to be a real man, of how to be responsible, how to be a good person. Like, that's what y'all do. Like, you're supposed to be a living example to us. You don't sit there and say, well, if you behave yourself, we'll feed you like a normal human being, and if you don't, you. I mean, so that's not an incentive. I'm sorry, that's not an incentive. Then, improved mattresses. I could probably go on a 5-hour rant on this alone. I'm not going to, though. I promise I will keep it short and sweet. All right. It has been proven scientifically and medically for decades upon decades upon decades that a person's mental and emotional well-being is tied directly to the amount and the quality of sleep that a person gets. So what you're telling me by this email is that if I don't behave myself, I can't get a decent mattress to sleep on. But the thing is, again, medical and scientific studies have shown that the better quality and the longer you sleep, the better sleep you get, the healthier you will be mentally and emotionally. Like, you won't be groggy and upset because you couldn't sleep last night and so on and so. Like, I would think that y'all would want to go ahead and give us the best mattresses that y'all can afford to give us, so that we're getting good quality sleep, so that we wake up rested and refreshed and we're not on edge and upset and cranky and groggy all day long. And because of the good sleep, we would be more willing to let things that bother us throughout the day slide because, well, hell, we're feeling pretty good about ourselves right now. Okay, so that's not an incentive right there. I'm sorry, but that's not an incentive. Again, y'all should give us that because you're decent human beings and you're trying to show us a better way. Okay, so then your third incentive is I can go to programs. Well, hell, Hoss, I can go to programs right now. I've got more certificates than a fucking dog has fleas. I've passed anger management multiple times. I've done the thanking for a change twice. I've done all of these different programs in here. And that's an incentive for me to behave myself is I get to go to a new program. Oh, damn, it's a good time to be alive in the Virginia Department of Corrections. The only one on there that I saw that might be an actual real incentive is I get an opportunity to talk to some outside groups. Maybe some type of support or something of that nature. Like, I don't see a single incentive on here. Like, I don't see a real incentive on here. It's just not one. No, I'm glad to see that you're taking steps. I really am. Director Dotson, I'll applaud you because it does actually seem like since you came into the system and took over for Harold Clark after he got fired because of all of the overdose deaths, under his watch, it seems like prison has improved a little bit for us in here. I want to see more from you, but I do like the way it's trending. It does seem like it's doing pretty good so far. But I'm actually going to sit here and throw out some of the incentives that I've been pushing for years. All right, so here's just a few of them. I'm not going to give you all of them because it's several pages worth. But if you're charge free for a certain amount of time, you get to add more phone numbers to your call list. Now, as of right now, even though I'm almost 19 years charge free, I can only call 15 people. The exact same as somebody who murdered somebody this morning. Literally, I have no incentives whatsoever to behave myself because at the end of the day, I have the exact same incentives as somebody who murdered somebody 2 minutes ago has. I can buy TV and I can buy commissary, and the only thing I need to buy TV and commissary is the money to buy it. That's it. Literally, there's nothing else. There's no difference between me, the guy who's damn near done 2 decades charge-free, which no one in Virginia has come close to the best of my knowledge. Like, I've literally heard of no one, and I've had staff members tell me the exact same thing. They're actually shocked when they find out I've been 18 and a half years charge-free. So, this is mine. This is my incentive. You've been charge-free for, let's say, let's say 5 years, you're charge-free. You can go from 15 phone numbers on your call list up to 20 numbers. If you've been 10 years charge-free, you can go from 20 numbers to 30 numbers on your call list. If you've done over 15 years charge-free, you should be able to call as many numbers as you want to, and the Virginia Department of Corrections should give you 5 free 20-minute phone calls every week for being 15 years charge-free. If you're 1 year charge-free, you can order a poster for yourself. No nudity, no gang-related material or things like that. But, you can order your favorite sports team. You can order your favorite player, or a poster on a car, an animal, religious, fantasy, video games, etc. Whatever you're into, as long as it doesn't, violate, procedure, protocol, and the rules of the institution, you can have your family go to Amazon or Walmart or, .com and order the poster, send it to the Central Distribution Mail Center, and they send it up here after they search it for drugs, and then you can hang it up in your cell. If you've been 10 to 15 years charge-free, your family can order care packages once a month, either on, from Amazon or Walmart or something. Meaning, they can't order glass items, you can't order metal items. However, you can order boxes of cereal, you can order jars of peanut butter, you can order candy bars or chips, or, for me, I would want healthy items. I would want bagged meals of vegetables and, stews and soups and stuff like that, the meals ready to eat. That's the kind of things I would be into. But like I said, for something of that nature, and yeah, it has to go through the Central Mail Distribution Warehouse, but you have to be at least 10 years charge-free to get a care package or a home. That has nothing to do with commissary, and it has nothing to do with, the so-called holiday packages. This is your family being able to go on to Walmart or Amazon.com and actually order some really good stuff that we'll never, ever get in prison otherwise. If you've been charge-free for a certain amount of time, I would say at least 2 years. You can go to the gym once a month, and, the kitchen will make homemade ice cream, and they'll make homemade pizza in the chow hall, and they just, they take it down there, and all the guys that spend 2 years charge-free, look, you put a big movie projector in there, to play a big movie on the wall or whatnot. You cut the lights out, and we sit there and get to watch a really good movie and, eat pizza and ice cream and, just talk, mingle, play games or something like that. That's something worth behaving yourself for. If you're charge-free for 5 years, and if you would like to get an animal companion, you can. Me, I would choose a dog. Of course, I don't think that would surprise anybody. But this is the thing: don't give us a full-size dog, or medium-size. It has to be basically a lap dog. A dash hound, a beagle, a Shih Tzu, or a Jack Russell, something along those lines. Though you think Jack Russells are way too energetic to be allowed in here. That's just my opinion. They'd go crazy in a cell. But if you have been charge-free for 5 years, you have the option of applying for a dog. And yeah, other inmates that haven't been charge-free would get to play with the dog and so on and so forth. But it's, being able to play with the dog and being able to, have that dog is two different things. And it would, oh my Lord, y'all have no idea the impact and the difference a dog coming in the pod would be. It really would calm a lot of things down, and I know this for a fact because there are, what was his name? Reynolds, Counselor Reynolds, and then he was TPM Reynolds, and then he became a unit manager Reynolds. He actually used to walk around Red Onion and Wallens Ridge with a little beagle named Benny. And, you would see the faces on the inmates would light up like a Christmas tree in the middle of the night when that dog...
You have 1 minute remaining.
your personal books. Like, right now we're only allowed to have 13 books. But if you've been charge-free for 2, 3, 4 years, you're allowed to have 30 books. If you get transferred, you simply have to pay for the transportation of them. You can order a 19-inch TV with a remote. There's a lot of things that they could do. But an enhanced meal plan and an improved mattress and going to a program, those are not incentives. What I just read off, those are incentives. Let's see more in the area of that, and you'll see people start to behave them damn selves. I've been doing this for 33 years. I've got more experience than most of y'all combined together. That's just my 2 cents worth. I appreciate you folks listening to me. Remember, if you want to leave some feedback on the show or, ask a question or whatnot, again, that number inside the continental U.S. is 1-888-524-1932. Anyone outside the U.S., just put a plus in front of the 1. Works just the same. You can also visit me my website at redonionrandy.com or find me on X at redonionrandy. You don't have to, but if you want to, wherever you listen to my podcast, go on and give me some stars, or whatever is appropriate for that platform. I'll take whatever you can give me and be damn grateful for it. But, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow the podcast. I'm trying to reach more people. I'm trying to get my voice out there to help people. The crazy thing is I actually am helping people. And in the process, I'm helping myself. So do what you can. And don't forget, I got sweatshirts, T-shirts, and maybe some other merch coming soon. You can find the link on the website, redonionrandy.com. And y'all take care and stay safe out there. Hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you for using GTL.